Hello and welcome to another exciting edition of the P&B World Cup show. I'm your host, Abel Sunday. The FIFA World Cup continues to deliver thrilling actions, and tonight we will be looking at three fascinating matches. France showing their class with a convincing 3-1 victory over Senegal. Norway produced one of the standout performances of the tournament with a dominant 4-1 win over Iraq, while Argentina sent a strong message to the rest of the competition with a comfortable 3-0 triumph over Algeria. Joining me virtually from the ancient city of Benin is the Abracadabra of Sports, Eru John, and also from Lagos we'll have Oluwatobi Loba Bodunde. Grab your teacup because World Cup show start now. Show reaching live from the nation's capital. Gentlemen, welcome to the show. Let's dive straight into the biggest talking point from today's World Cup action. I've been joined by Toby. Toby, good evening. I think it's evening now.
It's still closer to evening, right?
Well, whatever. How are you doing? How is Lagos this evening?
We're doing wonderfully well. It's been sunny since morning, and we are just catching the cruise with the weather shot.
Okay, that's fine. Do I have Eru now? Is Eru okay? We'll have the Sport Abracadabra. Also, we'll call him that because he brings magic to sport analysis. Eru, good evening. Nice. Edo is shining, isn't it?
Good evening, Mr.
Okay, perfect. I think that's good to hear. But let's dive into the conversation, straight into the conversation. Yesterday we saw France dispatching Senegal, and we were thinking that Senegal is going to do a whole lot because if you remember, this side have met 2002 in Korea, Japan, which Senegal won that one 1-0. But we're seeing France now coming out blazing. First half was shaky, but second half, I think they put themselves together and they're able to dispatch Senegal. But let me start with you, Eru, before I come to Toby. Did France show why they are among the tournament favorites yesterday?
Even a 3-year-old can answer that question. Of course, France knows that they are one of the tournament favorites. Did you see the lineup of France yesterday? When I saw the starting lineup of the attack, I said in my heart, this is disaster. How can you set up an attack that has Mbappe, that has Dembele, that has Attribution, that has do it? That was dangerous. That was a very dangerous one. And you have a Bakola on the bench and a couple of other players. So it was a show of dominance from France. They once again stamped their feet on the World Cup stage. They've announced their arrival. Don't forget that in the last two World Cup tournaments, they made it to the final. That's only the pedigree of the team that they have. They won the World Cup in 2018, 2022. They played again. They have played back-to-back World Cup finals, not 2022 to Argentina on penalty. And then again, they are one of the teams, one of the tournament players. They have Mbappe was one of the top goal scorers in the last World Cup. And then again, they are starting their opened his account again with 2 goals at the opening game of the encounter. I won't say Senegal was not a good team. I just think that they played a way better team. They played a team that was stronger, they played a team that was more fierce. And you know me, for one statement I will always make in the game of football, it boils down to who wants it more. And I think France showed that they wanted it more. I don't blame Senegal. This is the Senegal that we dress that the fierce team when it comes to African football. This is the Senegal team that any day, anytime they can give any African team a run for their money. But you saw what happened with the European side showed dominance, it showed class, it showed that they were better team overall. They had better players, and then the big team was a testament of what they put out there. Kudos to Michael Pulisic. I really give him kudos. This is his first World Cup. That was his debut team in the World Cup, and he showed a top level performance that ending the Man of the Match award, just that Mbappe scoring 2 goals. That goes to tell you that he really did so much in the game. So yes, France have announced their arrival, as one of the tournament's favorites, two-time back-to-back finalists in the last two consecutive World Cup. And I know very well that given that the kind of squad that they have, they are still going to go far again after this tournament is concerned.
Okay, well said, Eru. I think you've explained it. Or please, gentlemen, if you are not talking, help us just mute your mic if you are not talking, so that we will not be having an interference in terms of audio. But let me ask you, Toby, what was the biggest difference between the two teams? I'm talking about France and Senegal. We know Senegal has a very strong side, but what do you think, or what can you point out that is the difference between both sides?
The only difference between the two sides is individual brilliancy. Because looking at the France team, they are top notch in every department, from their goalkeeper defense to their midfield. Then they have the best attacking trio in the world football right now. Osman Dembele, the Ballon d'Or winner, one of the best players right now, and on this generation, Kylian Mbappe. They have a big playmaker in Michel Olise, and they have a young and vibrant forward in this doing. Don't forget, Cheki is still on the bench, coming on. Bakula came on yesterday and scored a wonderful shooting goal. So the only difference there is the individual brilliance, because Senegal started really well. They missed their chances. Nicholas Jackson hitting the bar and the first half, I think, yeah. Then Islam Sound misses the wonderful chance to take them the one known as I. Probably if they have scored earlier into France by a goal, probably there will be a change in momentum, and probably they can salvage, probably draw or a win from that match. But they let France back into the game in the second half, and Michel Olise just a little thing, but just give him a little space, and he creates your defense. The wonderful through pass to Kylian Mbappe, who just did a short touch that changed the momentum of the game. And before Senegal can do again, he scored 7 goals through Bakola. Though there was a go back from Mbappe, probably, and we were thinking, oh, till the end of the match, they can't salvage the draw. But Mbappe won them almost immediately, scoring the 7th goal of the night. And it shows how individual the France team is. Kudos to them.
Well said, Toby. Thank you for that analysis. But the Bracadabra of sport, you like Toby rightly said. First half, I think France, for me, I think Senegal dominated, and they would have taken their chances. And even they took that chance, maybe it could have been another different, or it could have been a different story right now. But did Senegal respect France too much in this match?
I don't believe that there's anything called respect when it comes to a competitive match. If it's a friendly game or it's a charity match, I can say, okay, yes, the place of respect can come into play. If we're playing the match for charity, if we're playing a novelty match, or if it's a friendly game. But this is a World Cup competition. I mean, nobody came here to break melons. Nobody came here to count. Nobody came here for tourism. I don't think there's anything that's presently there that is there to do tourism across America or across Canada or across Mexico. Everybody is there for a purpose. Everybody is there to compete and to win. So I don't think it was, if it was a case of respect, like you will rightly say, which I agree with because I watched the game, Senegal started on a very strong foot. If it was a game or if it was a matter of respect, I don't think they would have had up to the number of chances that they had that they eventually could not convert. I rather think they were wasteful at the beginning of their counter, I'm attributing that to Nicholas Jackson. And then I think they got punished for wasted chances. Like I always said, people in the game of who wants it for. So as much as they were unlucky with the couple of chances that they missed, they got punished. Because when you are playing against teams like France, against teams like Argentina, against teams like Portugal, even if it's not playing, I'm stating based on the caliber of players in these things, you take all your chances. You don't give room for errors. You don't miss so many chances because once they begin, I was telling somebody yesterday when we were watching the game, I said at the early stages of the game, I told him, I said, if France could score for this match, they will beg him to stop. That's what I told him. If they start to score, they will beg him to stop. Because I know the caliber of players that they have, I know the quality they have, I know how dangerous they are. Only Michael Olise and Kylian Mbappe, they move and do it and then I know how dangerous they can be against the Senegalese team or against any other team. Call it any other team. There's one thing that strikes me a lot about the France squad. If you look at them clearly, even with what they have on the bench, these are players who are on form in their club side. They are on in very dangerous form. They are starters. You have Kylian Mbappe starting for attack. Guess who is on the bench? In Mateta or Sapala. That's another dangerous attacker. So they have very good players. Imagine a team where Turkey or Manchester City is on the bench. Bakula is on the bench. That tells you the quality of players that is on that team. And so when you are playing against teams like that, you don't take chances. Whatever opportunity you get, you bury it. I must also give kudos to the Senegalese goalkeeper, Eduardo Mendy, former Chelsea goalkeeper. He was good when he started. He made a couple of saves, and the scoreline would have been more than that. He was really instrumental. He tried to do his best. So as it will always be, the goals that came were goals that he beat the goalkeeper and did not really fault him for the loss. So yes, I don't think it was in a case of respecting France that he did for me. No, I just think France took their chances and yeah, the results came out the way it was.
Well said, the Bacadabra of sport. But Toby, which player do you think? My own opinion, I think. Look at the performance of Kylian Mbappe hitting the 48th goal mark, 58th goal mark. I beg your pardon, and equaling the record of the great Oliver Giroud, if you remember. What can you say about Mbappe's performance yesterday?
Yeah, Mbappe started badly initially, just like no France team. I was like, is this the France like we are all rooting for being the favorite? Because right now, in my own book, they are the favorites for this World Cup. No disrespect to Argentina and Portugal and the likes of the other team, but I think with the attack, and football is won on goals, and the attack is guaranteed to score goals. That's what I'm sure. But Mbappe started on the wrong foot. He was not involved in any build-up. He was not there. I was like, Mbappe, but he just did a moment of brilliance for him. And Senegal team was really, really, really great for the first 50, 55 minutes. They worked the France team, but they slack off in the moment. And if you slack up with the player of Kylian Mbappe, you get punished. And that was actually happened yesterday. And after scoring the goal, he was on another planet. His mood was different from the initial mode when he started. And I believe after scoring that first goal, I already knew he's going to score more. I like John said, I told my friend Mbappe will score a goal. With this chance we give him. Because right now after scoring that one goal, I believe Senegal will move out for the equalizer, and that will give Kylian Mbappe more chances to score more goals. They have the best player maker right now in football. In what did he say? Arian Sheki that can pass through the middle. I don't care which defender you have, those two can pass through the middle to any striker. And Mbappe, you can bet on him to finish 10 out of 15. So Mbappe, kudos to him for the wonderful strike for the third goal. Outside the 18-yard was like 25 yards out, and I expect the goalkeeper to do more. But kudos to him, it was a wonderful goal.
Well said. Eru, let's talk about Olise. The pass through, like Toby rightly said, is split defense. Like you could see the quality of players that these guys have. But looking at Olise, this is a player that have a Nigerian descent that could easily play for Nigeria. He's paining me right now because Adebi will have this guy. I know Eru will start laughing at me, no problem. But he's paining me right now because this is a guy that's supposed to that's supposed to play for the Super Eagles. Imagine us having imagine us having Bukayo Saka. Do you get? Imagine us having these guys in our team, and do you think Super Eagles will be struggling the way it is? But from your own end, what sort of player? Look at this. The pass, that pass alone. Come on. I think it's out of this. Brilliant.
First of all, I think I know you are a spy. Your heart is in spy. If we start to discuss the players who are supposed to nationalize the Nigerian people spy, we may not end the show today. You have just mentioned there are so many of them. There is a Michael Olise, there is a Bukayo Saka, there is a Tolari Balongo. There are so many, so numerous to mention. They are all scattered all over the place. It's as a result of the kind of football federation that we have, kind of country that we are. So even if you were in the shoes of Michael Olise, you would not want to nationalize with Nigeria. Look at the likes of some people that are nationalized with us. Sadly, we have not been able to, as good as a we have not been able to take that young man to go and play the World Cup. So that aside, what I saw from Michael Olise yesterday, and pardon me, it's not a surprise to me anymore. It would have been a surprise to me maybe a year ago. But I'm no longer surprised. But I've seen him show a level of phenomenal class in the Bundesliga and also in the Champions League. He has proven to us that he's a very good player. He's a very important player for the sport. And then he has done so many things as far as becoming a one of the things so is a very phenomenal one. It's a one of class. The only thing that surprises me is the fact that at a very young age he could put up such level of composure, given that this is his first ever World Cup tournament as a football player. He could put up such level of composure and could deliver such world-class performance. That part was sublime. That's the word we call it when it comes to it. We call it sublime, not the sublime part. And that was very spectacular. Mind you, let's expect more of these from players like Michael Olise. We may just get to that scoring 10 to 12 goals as far as this World Cup tournament is concerned, if all factors remain equal. So yes, like Olise is a very good player, kudos to him. But like I mentioned earlier, for him to have won the man of the match, despite Kylian Mbappe scoring a brace, that shows you the top performance that he put up in that game. And kudos to him.
Yeah, you're correct.
He's a very good one. You see so much about his scorecard for someone who played the tournament for the first time ever. Kudos to him.
Well said, Eru. But Toby, finally, as we wrap up on Senegal and France game, can Senegal still recover and qualify from the group stage? Do you think Senegal can still recover from this?
It's football. Like John said the other day, anything can happen. Right now, Senegal, I don't think they will have to break their momentum going into the other matches. Unless we forget, some third place we actually qualify to the next round. Probably, if they can qualify to the second position, probably they might just squeeze themselves to the third place position and qualify. This is just a reality check for them. Though they are playing like almighty France, right now I call them the almighty. Right now, they are stuck in every position. Talking about nationality the other time, out of the 11 players that started for France yesterday, like 8 or 7 were from African descendants, which you could have played for other African teams. But right now they are playing for France, and right now they are top players in world football right now. Don't take anything away from them. But I think that coach Senegal should just go back to the drawing board and start. What can I do? What can we do to squeeze through? Thankfully, it's just like the difference of -2 goals. It can still come back stronger in the next matches and do wonderfully well. Sadio Mane was disappointed yesterday, not to take anything. I actually expected Jackson to be woeful, and he was actually angry for the defenders yesterday. He was angry for them. I stretched the defense line of the France national team, and I think Senegal with the attack of Islam Sarr and Nicolas Jackson with Sadio Mane coming back, because yesterday he wasn't there, he wasn't performing. And if in the next matches he decides to turn up, Senegal will actually go through.
Okay, well said, Toby. And I think yesterday.
Not so hard.
Okay.
Not so hard. I think they actually still have a very strong chance. They're going to play Norway and Iraq. In my own opinion, in my books, I've given them a win over Iraq already. If they can hold Norway down to withdraw or maybe try to squeeze out a win from Norway, hoping that Norway will not get their way through France, then Senegal still has an opportunity. I strongly believe that Senegal will qualify from that group. Something in it to that.
Well, so a lot of people were saying yesterday that it was Africa versus Africa, just like what Toby said earlier, that like 8 of African descent playing for the the French team. But away from that, let's go to the Iraq and Norway game, which we saw a whole lot of goals. We saw 5 goals there, Norway 4 and Iraq 1. But let me ask you, was this Norway's most complete performance so far in FIFA World Cup? And Erling Haaland scoring, Erling Haaland scoring on his debut. Is it the most complete performance so far in the Norwegian team?
I think I will not call it the most, but I would say this is one of the most impressive performances that we have seen from Norway in recent years. I will not call it the most. I'll call it one of the most that we have seen from Norway in recent years. Going to the fact that this is a Norway team that has some players who are playing the World Cup for the first time. The likes of the almighty giant Erling Haaland, who is playing for the World Cup for the first time. So yesterday's victory, the performance was the key one. It was a very impressive performance. It's also there's a way performances like this tend to announce you on big stage in tournaments like this. It puts the other things on their toes to let them know that, oh, we're not here for those. Erling Haaland once again reminded the world, reminded football fans and everybody involved in who he actually is, the kind of player that he is, what he offers, what he brings. Having taken the team to the World Cup, to the qualifiers with a series of unending goals, he has once again continued that form at the biggest stage of the world football. I don't think they are able to keep the momentum, but that was a very, very impressive performance for me, in my opinion. And many people want to say, but it's just Iraq at the same again. Personally, I did not expect them to score 4 goals against Iraq. I expected that they were going to beat Iraq, yes, but I was not expecting them to score 4. And just having Erling Haaland on the team and then the likes of Odegaard. But this is a very wonderful performance. It's a very good one. I just hope they're able to keep up the momentum as they go back. But then I would prefer Senegal to qualify over them though. Yes, I would prefer Senegal to go.
Okay, yeah.
It's a very impressive performance and push to them.
I could understand the sentiment. That's our African brother, so they should go over the Norwegian. Yeah, I can understand. But Toby, what went wrong defensively for Iraq? What went wrong? What really happened?
I can't just say what went this or that is actually the problem of Iraq, but I don't see them salvaging anything from the match initially. But I expected them to put on a fight, just 2-0 or probably 2-1 victory for Norway. When they equalized the 1-1, I was like, yeah, this is what I'm talking about. That Norway have to squeeze their way past Iraq to score the winner. I was surprised when they start chipping on goals left, right. And kudos to the Norway team. They have been excellent through the qualifying rounds. So now at the World Cup, you might say it's Iraq, like John said, but right now, King Fahd saved the whole draw with Spain. Qatar saved the 1-1 draw with Switzerland. So right now, no team is a pushover. The Giants team have been trying to make draws here and there in this World Cup. And that is why it's football. Anything can happen. But with Norway, right now, they have one of the best strikers in world football in the land. And right now, they have their captain, Odegaard. They have Schultz of Atletico Madrid, the striking partner for Eliana. It was also wonderful through the qualifying stage. They have Musa in the left wing. He is a great winger guy, and it was wonderful yesterday. Right now, I think Norway. I supported what John said about we wanting Senegal to go through, but Senegal will actually have to come out blazing against this Norway team, or else they will be punished. Because right now they are in a wonderful form, and with this form, they are like the underdog in this World Cup. Watch out for them.
Okay, well said. Eru, can Norway be considered as dark horses in this World Cup? Considering the fact that right now, if you look at the table, though we'll say it's not too early, it's too early to judge. If you look at the table, they are sitting on top because they got 4 goals and they, I think, +3, which France is sitting second, we already have +2. So can we say they are one of the dark horses in this World Cup?
Yes, we can. But let me quickly say something. As far as the World Cup is concerned, I don't believe it's too early. It is a tournament of just 7 matches. You have just 3 group stage matches and 4 knockout matches to play. So if you can win 7 matches, you have won the World Cup. So I don't believe in, when it comes to the World Cup especially, I don't like to subscribe to the idea of it's too early. That what took Super Eagles to where we were, that we could not qualify for the World Cup. And now just first match we dropped. Like we need to just get betting us. Now just second match, and just third match. And see where we have today. We are watching the World Cup, we are not competing. So I'm sorry if I have to always mention Super Eagles.
It's okay.
But then again, it is a good start. It is a good start for Norway to put themselves, as we speak, they are topping the group with goal difference. They have +3, while France has +2. That is a good one. Let me shock you. Things may turn out in a way that that's the only thing they will use to even qualify from that group. They go down to goal difference at the end of the day. You never know what comes out. So it's a very good one for them. It's a very solid beginning, a very solid start. I like the fact that they put themselves to an added advantage. Just imagine that they are able to salvage a draw against France. They may remain on top of the table. They are good difference.
Yeah.
So every single thing matters as far as the World Cup is concerned, because as much as we think, oh, they are so many matches, you just need to win 7 games to win the tournament. So it's a tournament with so many, with small number of matches, but this number of matches can do great good on great people. So it's a very good one for them. Okay, and the likes of Paraguay lost to USA 4-1, and some of us are already saying, oh, they're out of the tournament. Why are we not saying, no, it's too early? Because we know what is at stake here. We know you have just 2 matches left to cover a 3-goal deficit. Same as goes for Iraq now. You have just 2 matches in the group to cover a 3-goal deficit. What is the assurance that you're not going to collect more goals when you play France or when you play Senegal? So the tournament is a tournament that has not so many matches. Every little thing counts at every point in time in this tournament. So yes, they started on a strong foot. And yes, I strongly believe that if they keep up the momentum, like Mr. Toby said, they may shock us. They are one of the dark horses. I won't take it away from them. Having Haaland, having the captain of Arsenal, Odegaard, having Charlotte, and there's this guy that plays the left wing, Toby Collins, that guy is dangerous. So they are just that's one thing that also has a strong advantage. In fact, the presence of Haaland and Odegaard alone is already a strong sense of attack that poses a lot of threat. So yes, the Norway team can be regarded as one of the dark horses after this tournament is concerned.
Okay, Eru, I will still remain with you before I come back to Toby. Which Norwegian player? Because Toby has listed some couple of players, good players that the Norwegians have. But one of the Norwegians players do you think was a standout performer for you yesterday? Which of them?
Number one, Haaland was a standout performer for me yesterday. Haaland was really, really a standout performer. But then there were no surprises as to his performance. I'm not surprised. I don't think anybody was surprised. I think another player that for me was Martin Odegaard, the Arsenal captain. He really controls the creativity in the midfield, and he did a good link-up play between the midfield and the attack. And another player that stood out for me was Alexander Charlotte. Charlotte added so much physical presence and attacking support. These are things, these are components that build up teams, formidable teams. So for me, those 3 players were standout performance: Erling Haaland, Martin Odegaard, and Alexander Charlotte.
Okay, well, so Toby, how much Iraq respond in their next match? How much can they respond in their next match? Because what do you think? What will be the rest? Let's assume you are the coach of Iraq right now. What will you be telling your players for your next game?
Right now, like I said, like in the Germany Caracas match, it's like a win for them to be in the World Cup already. Right now, they just have to judge themselves. We are down but not out. We are down but not out. Let's re-strategize. Let's look for the way forward. Where are our weaknesses? Where is our lapses? What can we do as a team to be stronger? Because right now they don't have any individual player that can just point that he can make a difference. Right now they have to work collectively as a team, from the goalkeeper to the bench to every part of the team must try to come back stronger, and probably let's just take it a step at a time. Next match, probably these are weakness. Probably we open too much. Probably we attack too much. But yeah, let's take compact. As a coach, just try to talk to the team. As they have to perform as a team. Maybe, just maybe, it might be a Giants playing story for them.
Okay, Eru, do you share some sentiment with Toby? If you were to be the coach of Iraq, what will you tell your players? for their next game?
You want me to be sincere?
Yes, please be sincere.
I will just tell them that we should go and cause offsets for the other things. Let's go and cause offsets. We have Norway and we have
Senegal.
France and Senegal. Let's go and cause an offset. But then again, anything could still happen. I mean, I support what Mr. Toby said. They have to brace up. They have to put themselves together. Yes, we lost, but we are not out of the tournament. We still have 2 games. In the words of Jose Mourinho, we still have 2 finals. We always say that you have every game as a final. So we still have 2 finals to play. And playing against Senegal, playing against France, is not beating Senegal and beating France is not something that is impossible. This is football. Anything can happen. I think the psychology as part of the team has a lot of work to do as far as that is concerned now. Then I also think we need to recruit defense was vulnerable as far as the game is concerned. So we need to recruit defensively. But then again, we need to confidence that we have to we have 2 finals to play. 2 finals that we can win. We should draw inspiration from the likes of Israel, from the likes of Egypt, teams that held the likes of Spain and Belgium to respective ground that shook the world. We did not, especially that of Spain and Israel, especially at the world. So we need to talk to them. We need to bring that out and who can tell.
Toby, can you mute your mic, please? Go ahead, Eru. Eru, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay. We'll be speaking to Eru John from the Asian city of Benin and also Toby from the Center of Excellent Lagos. It's time for us to go on a short break, and when we come back, we'll be talking about Argentina versus Algeria, all what transpired last night. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Countdown is over. The world is ready. From June 11th to July 19th, football takes center stage as the biggest FIFA World Cup in history unfold across the United States, Canada, and Mexico. 48 nations one Sunday, and the P&B TV Sports team as we bring you exclusive preview, expert analysis, match review, breaking stories, and everything you need to know from the FIFA World Cup 2026. Who will rise? Who will fall? Which nation will lift football's most coveted trophy? From the group stage battle to the grand finale, P&B TV is your home for the road to World Cup glory of 2026 on P&B TV. One word, one game, one champion. P&B TV bringing the beautiful game closer to you. For sponsorship, contact Abel Sunday on 081 499 15988.
It's the P&B Sports Show reaching you live from the nation's capital. And of course, Eru John, the Bracadabra of sport, we call him that because he brings magic to sport analysis. He's still very much with us. And also, Toby from Lagos, also very, very much with us. But gentlemen, let's go to the Argentina game, which I think is the main game and is the main focus of the night. No, I know the France Senegal was also huge yesterday, but Argentina hat-trick yesterday, and if you remember, it was exactly 20 years ago that he made the debut in the World Cup. If you remember, 2006, that was the first time he made his debut on the World Cup. And yesterday, he scored hat-trick, or rather, early this morning, he scored hat-trick. But Eru, let me start with you. Did Argentina send a warning to the rest of the tournament with that 3-0 mark yesterday?
First of all, I want to say on his recklessness and his lack of exercise, if I go to the plane, I don't score. Because from these opening fixtures that I've been unimpressed at the performances of so many African teams. I think the only African team that has really impressed me is still there. Every other African team, including Egypt and what I saw Algeria, and Senegal, I've really not been impressed. So I expected better. I expected I would do better. And it's so sad to see that, all of this is going on. And then my darling Super Eagles are not in the tournament. I believe by now, with Victories and the caliber of players, I will have to do better. But that notwithstanding, yes, Argentina yesterday showed us why they are the champions. They showed us why they are the current champions of the World Cup. And don't forget what the coach says, Scaloni said in his interview before said we are not going to the World Cup to win. He said we are going there to defend our title. That was very funny. But they showed presence, they showed dominance, they showed class. And Lionel Messi, kudos to him, one of the greatest players in the world. He showed class, he showed what he known for, what he is. I mean, a man at 39, two banging handshakes, like nothing. That was really wonderful. Kudos to him. I think that game yesterday, he broke about 3 or 4 records. That was his first ever World Cup hat-trick. That tied in with Croatia, the all-time highest scorer at the World Cup. That was he became the oldest man with the highest World Cup appearances. That was his 6th World Cup start. So yes, and kudos to Argentina. That was a very striking performance. I expected better from Bulgaria. I'm going to tell you the truth. I expected so much better from Bulgaria. You know, I have a problem with these North African teams that are the World Cup. That's why I'm not supporting any of them. When it comes to Africa, they tend to bully the other African countries, the likes of Bulgaria, the likes of Morocco, the likes of Tunisia, the likes of Egypt. But then at the World Cup, they are behaving like what we call Google. I don't understand the performances so many of them are putting up. So it's really sad. I just hope they are able to come up and do better in the second round of this round. But yes, Argentina showed class. Argentina showed why they are world champions, why they are the World Cup champions, and why they are defending title. Kudos to Lionel Messi, kudos to Enzo Fernandez, kudos to what this guy's name, Laura Thomas. They all put up a good performance. And yeah, kudos to them. That was brilliant.
Okay, one said, Toby, how important was the early goal to Argentina's victory? I remember you said something about Senegal. You said, had it been Senegal's goal?
Algeria goalkeeper. I was angry at the first goal. Very angry. Like, how did you allow that kind of goal? But I am not a professional goalkeeper.
Did he allow it or the ball passed him?
I don't know how to put it.
Had it been he was able to stop it, he would have stopped the ball. But unfortunately, he could not stop.
I was very angry. Like, how could you allow that kind of goal? But it's football. There's nothing I can do than just to shout. And right then, I know they are in for a whipping. Because you can't have that as your starting goalkeeper and you expect him to make saves that the 40-year-old goalkeeper of Cape is making. He was disappointed with his teammate. But after that first goal, they struggled for the rest of the match, and that gave control to Argentina team. Now, I'm not taking the hat-trick away from Messi, but also he should have been sent off for the tackle.
I wanted to talk about that. Maybe I want to use that to wrap the show. But since you brought it up, let's just talk about it. Eru, look at that up. I don't know if my producer can put up the picture for that red. This shoe, and he did not get any card at all. At least a yellow. This is already. If you look at the screen, you will see his leg on the chain there. That's a foul. And look at it. He warrants a card, no matter whether it's blue or green or any kind of card. But they should give him a card. Is it because of? Are we seeing sentiment being played here?
Everybody that knows me knows I'm a Lionel Messi fan, a diehard fan. But I'm going to say the truth after this matter is concerned. That was a red card for him. Yes, that was a red card of him. I'm a Lionel Messi fan. I'm going to tell you the truth. That was a red card of him. When I was away for Tuesday, I was very surprised that he did not get punished for that tackle. That was not he was nowhere near the ball. His complete foot on the guy. That was a dangerous tackle. That tackle could have gotten that guy injured. If that guy was not well played, could have gotten him injured. So that was a very bad decision from the referee and the VAR team. The VAR cannot tell me that they did not take a close review
and get exactly.
But I don't think, like Mr. Toby said, you would know one that is a Ronaldo fan. I don't think because Messi is a FIFA boy. I don't think there's anybody like FIFA boy. If Messi is FIFA boy, he will not play the tournament. He will come and give him the trophy at home. But I think it was a wrong call from the referee, and the referees make mistakes. I'm not trying to justify Messi's action from making mistakes for him. Referees make mistakes. We have seen so many mistakes as this, even in the English Premier League that we watch. But yes, that was that should have been given. Even if the referee decided not to give the red card, he should have at least seen the yellow card at least. But for the fact that he got away with the foul, and it was not even, nothing was given, it was not treated, that was a complete wrong call from the referee.
And I think this should be a very, very good this thing. All the referees should be on the top of their game. You have to spot all these things and call them, especially because I think it will not be fair if someone if that kind of tackle was on Messi. I think they would have called that immediately. That should show how they protect.
As a matter of fact, the foul that saw South Africa get, I don't like South Africa, I'm not supporting them. The foul that saw South Africa gets the second red card in their match was not as dangerous
as this. Exactly.
Not as bad as this foul.
So you see,
I'm a Messi fan, that's absolutely true. So this was a very wrong call on the part of the referee and the VAR.
But my own opinion, I think that's the beauty of the game. We have human errors, right? So some person might look at it and maybe just snub it and let it go, while other person might look at it and say, no, this had to stand. But Toby, were Algeria too cautious against the South Americans? Looking at what they played yesterday, do you think they were too cautious against them?
Let me first thing first. Like he said, I am a Ronaldo fan. I'm not a Ronaldo fan. I am not a Ronaldo fan. I just don't like the bias towards Messi, which is very glaring to the world. And I don't even like Ronaldo. Me, Eddie Hazard, my own coach. I'm not number one. Let's say Eddie Hazard. I'm a Chelsea fan. I'm a Chelsea.
There is a Chelsea fan as well. So that
you can't be a Chelsea fan and Ronaldo or Messi will be your coach. I prefer Drogba than I prefer Frank Lampard than I love Riamba is better than Messi. Because Riamba started my own final, Champions League final 2012, my first ever Champions League. So he's better than Messi in my own book. So that aside, Algeria was disappointed yesterday, disappointed yesterday. And right now, towards my bias for them, I want them out of the tournament as soon as possible. Because you can't turn up to the match as big as that opening match of the World Cup and give a very reckless display. That is a disrespect to all our other players. I expected better from Algeria and it was disappointing. And right now, I don't think they will. Came out strong against Spain, the almighty Spain. The goalkeeper was saving left, right, center. The defense was on fire. But Algeria team, they were playing like they have no direction.
Maybe
Spain was absurd. Like, I can't just know how to put their performance. Like, on the rate to 100, I will give them -100.
Okay.
It was terrible.
Okay. I think we need to add the Algerians to the Cape Verdeans WhatsApp group so that they could get some tips from how they played the Spaniards 2 days ago. But let me ask you now, can Argentina maintain this level throughout the tournament?
Of course, they can. They can maintain the level throughout. They have the team, they have the manager, they have the winner of the team, they have Alvarez, the back. They have to continue to mention, but it's not going to be easy for them even in 2020. It's not going to be easy for them.
Toby, can you mute your mic, please? Okay, go ahead.
We still have the likes of Portugal. We still have the likes of Portugal. We still have the likes of France. We still have the likes of England who are yet to play. We still have the likes of Spain, or I'm not ruling Spain out. So we still have so many teams that are up and going that are ready to challenge them for the title. But yet, yes, I think they have the momentum, they have the courage, they have the players and the caliber to go that far in the tournament. Maybe history may just be unkind to them that, oh, you can't be back-to-back for champions. But who knows? You never can tell. But I think they have what it takes. Don't forget, from 2014 till 2022, the least they played was in the semi-final. In 2014, they lost the final to Germany. In 2018, they played up to they cast out of the semi-final. And in 2022, they won. They went down to the final to win. So yes, I think they can maintain that momentum. They can maintain that benchmark and that pace.
Okay, well said. Toby, as we try to wrap up, what lesson must Algeria take from this defeat?
Right now, like I always say, you have to go back to the drawing board. This is where we get it wrong.
There is no board again to go back to. They've been going back to the drawing board. There's no board again. So where do
I hope they go back to their country. But analysis, that's the only thing I can say about them is they just have to go. They are down but not out. Eventually, that my own bias to them doesn't mean they can't progress in tournaments. Right now, they just have to go back and go back. Like they have a lot of training to do, but it's just few days to another match. But I hope they come back better because being an African, I hope Africans do more better than this dismayed performance they provide. Like money, I hope they go back and come back stronger.
Okay, you hope they go back and come back stronger. But Eru, looking at the Iranian that scored, I think 2-2 draw. I'm trying to get the guy's name now. That the United States want to deport back from the United States because he celebrated with a gun sign or something. But is it fair on the side of the Iranians from your own end?
It is not fair. I don't know what Donald Trump and the US is up to, but I don't think it is fair, in my own opinion, because it was a harmless celebration. In my books, maybe I'm clouding this up with the fact that I've seen so many ugly things that the US is doing as far as this World Cup tournament is concerned. There's the case of Thomas Partey not being granted visa, and the Somalian referee who got a call up by FIFA, he was not also granted visa. It makes me to wonder, is it that are we playing politics with the tournament? Is this a political affair? Are we here to do politics and do national prayer and national affair? It's football. You can punish him for the celebration if you think it, if you think that, because I know before now, there have been some goal celebrations that have been banned. They have simply punished for certain goal celebrations. I remember a time Edison Cavani of PSG, he was punished for this same goal celebration where he signaled shooting guns at opponent fans. We have seen players being punished because they're telling the opponent's fans to shut up. And all of that while they are celebrating their goal. But deporting him, which automatically is taking him out of his team for the tournament, in my books, is going too far. It's looking like there's a personal vendetta